and welcome to Sisters Unedited. I am so excited to be here this evening. I hope that you all are tuned in and sitting still and ready for the whole show. I'm here with my lovely sisters. I am Kimberly Lindsay, and my sisters.
I am Tara, always fabulous Porter.
I am Shamika Nicholson, and I'm excited to be here today as well.
And as you can see, we have a new visiting sister, and she can introduce herself.
My name is Denise Banks, and I am super excited to be here this evening sharing this platform with some incredible women. I'm feeling pretty lucky and awesome this evening to be here with you ladies.
We are lucky to have
Glad
you
to have
as
you.
well.
Glad to have you.
Guys, we're talking about an issue this evening, controversial, maybe. Or maybe you don't even pay attention to it. Some people don't.
I don't think so.
Organized authority. So that could be anything from government authority, your state, local, police officers, school,
Church,
church.
homes.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about maybe first the abuse of that authority. Do we think that that's happening,
Oh my
or
God.
are we just people that are just bad and they want to be bad and they getting caught?
I think that we could do the entire show just on that topic alone
Yeah.
because it is definitely abuse. We see it in obvious ways and we see it in subtle ways. Anything as subtle as a work relationship to blatant disrespect and abuse of
Total
authority.
disrespect.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This Sunday, I was really excited. I haven't watched the BET.
I posted it, and to me, if you guys saw, what is his name, Jesse Williams?
Jesse Williams.
If you saw that, I would love for that to go viral. I sent it out, and I
It
sent it
will.
on my
Oh
social
my
media.
God.
It
should
will,
go
no
viral.
doubt. No
That
doubt.
Actually, it's
man.
moving pretty quickly. I mean,
No
Twitter
doubt.
had about 50 different feeds of different people who had reposted. So
That man
that man.
spit fire. Do you hear me?
Absolutely.
And with such eloquence,
Absolutely.
he reminded me of our president Barack Obama.
Oh, my
in,
God.
In the mannerisms and the way that he spoke, it was clear. He was
It
slamming,
was
he was slamming
very,
everybody
like,
all
He
over.
represented.
Tell you not-
He
don't
represented
Don't
the
think that
people.
you just because you're rich and you've made it that's what it is. Oh, I
You know what I
translated
wonder?
the whole.
I wonder did he
speech.
catch this?
Absolutely.
I wonder did people catch when he said we're spending all this money
On
so we can have
brands.
brands on
On
our
our
back
backs.
when we come from having brands on our back.
On our back.
And he's speaking of literal brands, and I
Yeah.
wonder right away did anybody?
Yeah, no, I
did
got
catch
it.
Oh, I know the audience did, because
Some,
if you
yeah.
paid attention to the sounds, and then when he said certain things, people started standing. Just stand. They didn't clap. They just. Most profound 4 minutes.
In 43 seconds.
Ever.
Ever.
Ever, like-
And, you know, I got it from the moment he said a system designed to divide us, to oppress us, to keep us down cannot stand if we stand.
And
That's
that is the most powerful part of it.
Absolutely.
But you know what? Here's where that organized authority gets us. We have been taught. We were just talking on the way over about how being a vegan or changing your eating habits, for example, just looking. The same thing with this situation. This whole authority, we are so trained to do things a certain way.
Right.
We have no idea. I have said this. I wish that just women, not just people, not just everybody, not just any one culture, but women all over the world, taking the power back and pulling ourselves away from organized authority. If we could say, as women, we're going to just stand and not let ourselves be disrespected or used or sold for anyone else's gains.
Yes.
They wouldn't sell cars, diapers, playing cards, food, nothing. Sports advertisements, snack foods. We would shut the whole system down. And I
Shut it
feel like
down,
that's what
yeah.
he's saying. As people, especially colored people, we need to stand up. Otherwise, this authority situation is not going to get any better.
It's
we keep
not.
on, we falling into
It's
the,
not.
the money thing and they dangle the carrots and people go for it.
Right.
But
Participation is
unfortunately,
that.
sad because I felt like nothing's gonna happen because
After
we
that.
are so trained to
Do
go with the
Flow.
We've been trained as people to move like cattle
Mm-hmm.
and don't rock the boat too much, or your one opinion really doesn't matter, it won't change anything. So
Fired. I'm not gonna even lie.
I did, but-
I felt like, you know, I was cupcaking and we both stood
But
up
the
like.
question is, what was that inspiration?
Make a good
people
point,
who already
Kim.
have a platform like Jesse, how many people do you? And it's fortunate for him that the show that he's on is written and produced
By African Americans.
an African American woman.
Yes.
Because now he's not going to have to worry about ramifications from his job.
Yes.
But everybody doesn't have that luxury. So how many
Absolutely.
people who actually have a platform like him that we'll see will actually stand up and say,
And that's where the
Right.
organized authority
we
is a big issue.
are one thing,
Mhm.
but we have a platform that can reach maybe 400 or 500 people. How many ever people on your Facebook
Right,
page?
right. So some
Those
of them have
people can
authority,
reach
but they can't
millions.
exercise.
They
They
may
can't.
not say anything.
Right.
They're not
they're
going to
not.
exercise it, you know.
It really
But you
puts them in
know-
a
For
situation where they
fear-
have to
for
choose
fear of that authority.
to kind of fight or flight thing. Do I do what I need to do for my household and my family to survive and to stay?
Another person
Tough
that I
situation.
really, you know, that gets a lot of flack, but if you listen to him, he's not buying it. Marshawn Lynch, that black man knows the law.
Mm-hmm.
He knows contracts. Everything that they tried to make him do and say that you had to do, he figured out a way to do it without compromising his beliefs or what he believed in. I like men like that.
Researching vegan and doing, I found out, you guys know Baskin Robbins, right?
Yes.
Baskin Robbins is a $1 trillion a year industry. There was one man who was heir to that.
Integrity.
Integrity.
He
That is
was
the
willing
kind
to
of
walk
integrity.
away from, and you got to know this. I don't know where everyone else's
I'm
faith
sorry.
lies.
Wait
Hold
a
on.
minute.
I don't know where everyone else's faith lies, but he had to have strong faith to make that move. He
Right.
walked away from an entire real fortune
Real fortune.
for the sake of integrity, and I feel like it was the right move. But people who don't have a strong faith, that's a whole nother talk show.
A whole nother subject.
Go ahead,
What's your
ma'am.
question?
Okay, hold on.
Prayer meetings in our
This
communities.
is why we have to pray and help God and tell God to help
Let
us.
him lead us through
'Cause
walking
let him
away, because
lead
you
us,
may have to
'cause
walk away.
That trillion, it
Yes,
just did something
trillion.
to my whole psyche, my left side
But
of
you
the
know
brain,
what?
where all my common sense
But think
at.
about this. Okay, say you're him. Okay, that's your trillion.
Yeah.
Do you know how much you've learned in the time that you've been a part of that conglomerate?
Right, he can get it
He
back.
can
I
get
get
another
that. I
trillion.
get
back.
Yeah,
Get it
he's
back.
going to.
I get that.
He's
I
going
get
to.
that. Yeah,
You're going to get it back.
Yeah.
So I understand you're going to stumble. It's going to be a few
Okay,
seconds of
but you
hesitation,
know,
but
for
you'll
the
be all right.
cow,
But
okay,
you know, Tara,
for the milk and the cow.
Yeah.
For the black people, yes, I will stand because I know I got civil rights activists in my blood. So I'm not lying. My great grandma Corrine was a civil rights activist for the Alabama chapter for Choctaw County,
All right.
Alabama. Yeah.
And it's for
Right.
the sake of health
For
of
one's
people.
own
It wasn't
belief,
about
yeah.
the animals. It was
And
about.
it goes way, we'll talk off camera,
Yeah.
it goes way deeper than that.
Oh,
But I
yeah,
just
yeah.
wanted
But
to
you-
bring out
I
his
know what you're
dedication.
talking about now. I
Yeah.
don't
But
Your
you know,
lactose-
when
your
you-
lactose intolerance
I didn't-
should help you out. a
But
lot.
you
I
know,
didn't see
Tara,
that.
when you guys talk about authority, and we're talking about it on such a high level, No apologies, no ain't nothing. And then you have some where I've seen on Facebook, and this cop was, helping these kids singing along and
I
playing.
saw
Well,
it.
I mean, and it was, it's inspiring, and it's good to see that there are some good ones. But for the ones that abuse the authority, it just makes.
But you know what I think a big problem is, though, Denise, outside of the ones, because there's two different categories that you just described, the good and the bad.
Right.
But those line-riding middle people who
Yes.
work with the bad cops but won't say anything,
Right.
those people who are. To me, there are good people and there are not good people.
Right.
Period. Of
Right.
every
All color.
race and nationality. But I wonder, because of the way things were so racially divided, I always wonder how many Caucasian people were in situations where they didn't agree with what was going on, but they didn't speak up because they had their own fears and concerns. They had to watch out for
I agree,
themselves, their
Kim, a
children, their
lot.
safety,
A lot.
their jobs. But where that integrity and faith is, though, should help you to step up and say, hey, you know what, whatever
Enough
it's
is
going to
enough.
cost me, enough
Yes.
is enough.
But there is also another thing. And you won't get it. So,
So we
Right.
can call that white privilege. That's
And-
been
and not
labeled. That's just
necessarily-
one of the categories.
That's-
no, I don't mean.
It's one of the
categories,
examples.
I don't mean black or white. I just mean the way that individuals do things.
No, but that's an example,
period.
right? It's an example,
It's an
though,
example
because
of white
if she's a white woman and I'm an African American woman, the way that we might apply for a job might be different, and our expectations from the people that we're applying, it all falls together to me.
Yeah, but even in family relationships.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, across
It's,
the board.
it's an understanding of how we. For instance, they did that guy. What would you do, John? What's his name?
Quinones.
Quinones. So they had a baby in the car, and people were walking by, and they said, "Well, nobody is really stopping." They made the baby cry, and the people who stopped, it wasn't understood. One guy said, "You should be shot." To the mother that came back, one lady said, "I just want to kill you." It was so what's the understanding that anybody who leaves a baby in a car is a bad person who deserves to be punished. But when you flip that over, if you've ever left a child in a car or somewhere, even for a moment, it makes you feel differently about that. So whereas I've never left a child, somebody who
Right.
did leave a child is gonna look at that person and say, "Well, I don't want to shoot him. They
That's
just need to
powerful.
pay attention."
That's powerful.
So once you've had an experience, then your what's right changes.
That's
Your
powerful. That's
unspoken
powerful.
authority
That's true.
changes.
Yeah.
Once it happens to you,
Yeah.
once you
Yeah, that's powerful.
gone
It's
through
very
something.
powerful.
So once somebody has been mistreated because of race, black, white, yellow, then their attitude towards
Absolutely.
racism changes.
It changes.
Absolutely. And when they
Totally
haven't, that's
agree.
a whole nother, because the ignorance to it is a whole nother planet. The people who have never experienced it or have never witnessed it, wow, it's just scary, those different mindsets, because we
Right.
have to all exist together. And so you're dealing with people from one moment to the next in vital places in your life, your church,
Absolutely.
your job, your children's school, and you don't know what they think. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, while she was in college, she said she had an experience, something racial was going on, and one of the students, a white girl that she was friends with, posted something in response to something she said, and it was the total opposite. And she was like, I was completely shocked that that was the stand that she took. We've been friends all this time, and I never knew she felt that way.
Wow.
Because until it affects you, your opinion of it is just what it is. It's limited.
It's
limited.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we've been talking about the abuse of authority, but like Denise stated, it starts way earlier than that.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
when we come back from break, maybe we can talk about parental authority. Because there are some really blurred lines, some crazy things happening in people's
Blurred
houses
lines.
with the
I'm
parental
telling
authority.
I wish I had the song ready to
Absolutely.
play for that when you say bird lines. 'cause that's huge. Perfect.
So we're
That
gonna
is
take a
right.
break, and we hope you guys will come right back. Don't move, because maybe you have some blurred lines at your house with your children that need to be cleared up, and we're here for that, all of that. So we'll be
Absolutely.
back in 2 minutes.
Girl, Faye will be
Okay,
a
I got
child.
Alright, so
my stroke out was real tight. I gotta tell her, okay, so count to 3 so I can open my eyes up. The stroke out looks a little extra tight.
I am that lady, ma'am. I am that lady.
So the bottom line is, in every situation, it's going to have a lot to do with you.
Listen about this Jerry curl right now.
Dreamed about it and prayed about it. Starting your own business. Well, you can do it, and you don't have to do it alone. No matter what your business, Genesis Preferred Solutions will help you succeed. Here's Cassandra Bradford.
We're a Christian organization designed to help you succeed at what God has called you to do.
Genesis Preferred Solutions will help you avoid the pitfalls, fears, and costly mistakes first-time businesses often make. They'll guide you through the proper forms and help surround you with wise counsel.
We partner you with other people that can help you become successful. We want to do the paperwork for you so you don't have to.
And we are back. We are glad that you are still with us. This topic is hot. You must know that we did talk through the commercial. So now we're taking it to the house.
Yeah.
What about in the families and in the homes? You know, I think Denise and I use the word legacy a lot. And Noah. Shout out to Noah MacArthur. But that word is such a huge word for so few letters. I wish it had more letters. I think that as a parent, I can say this.
I know what you mean.
I never give in. I never give in to any fears or concerns, but they do cause caution in how I relate to my children because I care about my relationship with each of my children. And at the end of the day, regardless to the issues that we're tackling at the time, I still want that relationship left intact when we're done.
Right.
My children think I'm crazy because we'll fight and they'll get in trouble and it'll be a problem, and then I'll hug and kiss them goodnight like normal.
Right.
They're like, I can't believe you think I want to kiss you and you just got through. Well, I still love you regardless.
Right,
So
and
I
they
do-
still love you.
Right, and so-
because there's that balance.
Right.
You know where you know where to draw the line. They know where to draw the line.
Right.
The problem I think is when parents don't know. Do you want to parent your kid? Totally different level of respect and everything. The youngest, I could just get her and, shake her sometimes. But the oldest, never had a problem with her. Not 1 ounce of disrespect. Every time she would get ready to do something, Mom, I'm getting ready to take a shower. You need me to do something for you before I leave? Do you need me to do something for you? Just so totally respectful.
Now, the
But
one thing that
Lauren-
I noticed, though, is the type of parents that we are changes to. The mother that
Yes.
you were with that first one and the mother that you are with the second one, because I have that, mine are 9 years apart as well.
So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, our
It is
level
very
of
different.
patience
It is.
change.
Yeah,
And
and we have to watch out for that. I told Kim.
we
I said
do. We have to be careful.
I constantly tell myself, okay, stay in the game. You're not gonna let her get away with that, are you? Now You know, it's not okay, and I have to actually work that hard and have these conversations with myself to stay in it, because
Right.
now I'm on the end of it where I'm tired.
Right, and look who we're competing against. Their peers, people in the school, the
Other
kids,
parents
our
who have given
other parents, technology.
Oh my God.
I think with raising my daughter, I kept a lot of my mother's southern ways in. From work, and stuff wasn't the way it was supposed to be. Homework wasn't done, kitchen wasn't clean, and I had to go back off to school. That means the house was not running properly.
Right.
So we would have to have a meeting. That's the only thing. My mama was a dictatorship.
Yeah.
It was no
Hitler.
meeting.
Yeah.
They look.
Yeah,
This is
never.
what it's going to be, and that's
Hitler
just
was
it.
nice
But we have
compared
meetings
to her
now.
way. It's
Yeah.
her way or the damn
Right.
highway.
Her generation's
No.
way. 'Cause
Her
our
gen-
parents
yeah.
were like
And
the
right.
She didn't
same
care
way.
if you
That's
felt
true.
like
She
it.
didn't give a damn. She didn't
It was
want you to
generational
say
because our
nothing.
parents
They
were
were
like
like that, yeah.
that.
If you
It
take
was.
it
That's
on
a good
breathe,
point.
you don't
Generational.
agree, which means
Don't
you could get
look
slapped.
crazy
I
because
used to
I
roll
know
my
what
eyes
you're
a lot.
thinking.
Girl, I got stuff thrown at me for I rolled my eyes and she caught me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a neck chop.
Right. Right.
I got punched in my back one hard so much time that I could not breathe, and then I seen the little stars. You know how you say you see stars sometimes.
saw 'em for real.
I seen the stars
Yeah,
for real.
yeah. And
but that's
people-
the thing that I did different with my
Yeah.
child, and I think it worked out. Now, she has mouth. Okay. What do I expect? I mean, she's my kid. I mean, what? I got mouth. However, she's still respectable,
Because
and
there's a line.
it's a
lines that have to
line.
be
It's just
drawn.
sometimes she didn't understand where I was gonna knock her ass out, or no.
She didn't recognize
Right.
the
She
lines
didn't know the
sometimes.
lines.
It was
But
blurred.
now it was blurred.
But you
now
know,
she
even
do.
that, where we see that they are respectful in our parents' generation, even that would have been disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Oh,
And the audience that's watching.
My daughter thinks my kids think I'm real crazy. They do. No lie.
And I can honestly say that some of the punishments that were issued out in our time could have been a little less. I can say that they could have been.
Go get your own weapon of choice, or
Right.
go get.
And sacrifice yourself, lay across this bed.
and wait for me to beat you.
You want to switch
Wait a
a belt
minute.
and extend
But
your
I'm
About
cord.
the torture.
But I'm-
What did y'all talk about? When I get home, I'ma whoop you.
Oh,
yeah.
What damn time is you coming home?
So
And
you
then I
have
get there.
hours to just
Oh,
think
I've been-
about.
And go to bed. Go
Oh,
to
yeah, I've
bed
been
before
asleep.
she get home because you feel like that's gonna save you.
Yes.
Cleaned up
Save
I'm in the
everything.
bed, the house is clean, the dishes are done, I smell good. The
How
room
many?
is-
How many
and,
of us got
and in
woken
one-
right up out of a good
In one
sleep?
fell swoop, baby, the lights
Yeah.
are on, the covers
Covers
are off,
off.
and that butt is being torn to shreds.
But I
Oh
tell
my
you what, I
God.
do, like I said on break, 32% of the whoopings that I got, I believe, were unwarranted and way too much.
And how?
calculate.
Wait,
That's
how
pretty
many
high.
of them was Tara's fault?
32%.
Okay.
You
No,
was
we-
bad.
Hey,
You was bad.
I
First of
wasn't.
all,
I
you
was
said
not.
32%.
I was not
I got
bad.
like 5, 4,
And she
5
didn't get but a
whoopings.
handful
I
of
didn't-
whoopings
yeah, I
herself,
probably
so
got
32%.
Just a
10.
handful.
Right.
So like
Out of 10, she's
4
saying.
and a half of those was really
Right.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I would rather. Respect. So whereas our parents went kind of overboard sometimes, and I think they would probably all agree that they may have gone overboard. They don't give no damn about that.
No,
Yeah.
because you turned out great.
Yeah,
This
I'm
how my
okay
mama
with
look
it.
when I say something that she did. She be like, like, I can't believe that you saying this right now just because you grown and got
Right.
your own
Don't
kids.
you
Right.
think?
I will chop you in your damn neck again.
Still, right.
That's how she
Today.
be looking at me
You know,
like,
and you can tell when that level of discipline worked, even in our House you, and it reminds you of Big Mama them, you know, back in the day. They could
I
tell
love you,
you
but you
things,
messing up.
and you still will love them to death. You can't get mad at them, and they have you thinking, man, I messed up. I shouldn't have did that. I
And
was
you don't
wrong
feel
for
bad, you
that.
don't feel bad that you were told.
Right.
I tell you what gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling until this day. I feel good respecting my elders. I feel positive. It is a warm, homey, and I'm not even a Southern girl, but it is a warm, homey,
Yes.
Southern kind of down
Yeah.
home
Yeah.
feeling.
I get it.
It feels like family. It feels like home when
I
you're
get it.
around people in stores. When you see, elderly people struggling for something, it's just my nature to say, "What do you need me to do?
Right.
Can I get that for you? Can you reach that? What do you need? Do you see what you want?" And just to automatically do that, these
Or
children
if they ask you, babe, one lady asked me, she said, baby, do you know what this thing say on here? I said, well, let me look at it, because I need glasses too. And we were looking at it, and I said, I think this say wheat grass. She talking about, oh, that ain't it. I said,
You
well,
said, "I don't want that."
And you feel good about helping.
But
You feel
that-
good about
but-
helping. Yeah.
And they feel some kind of way.
They have to. It's gotta be awesome still.
That
Again,
there's
that's an
some people left
unspoken
like that.
authority.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were taught. So I was
Right,
holding the door
that's
at a
good,
gas
Kim.
station the other day, and it was an older lady. And when I tell you she was walking so slow, y'all. Somebody should hold the door. She said, "Oh." She didn't speed up because she couldn't, but, but she put her head down with that cane like
And she was
running.
thinking about going fast.
Oh,
But
She was thinking
so
quickly.
sweet.
You could tell that it just wasn't something that she was familiar with.
Familiar
or
with and used to,
And it
yes.
made me
People
feel
don't-
like
people
a
don't
little
stop.
bit of my mother because I felt
Yes.
like, and my
We were
father,
raised
too.
that way.
We were raised that,
Oh my God, that's
sir
so
and
true.
ma'am, that was the
Yes,
authority.
ma'am.
That is
Mhm.
so
Okay.
true.
If they have gray hairs, that was like the signal. When you,
But
that's
it was
understood
a
authority.
community thing growing up, and I know my city gets a lot of flack, but I'm gonna be honest with you, the neighborhood that I grew up in.
Running late, baby. I see her at the corner. And she
You
down
know,
here running her mouth. I
and
know
I
you
would
told
be
her
like-
to come on.
So I would get home, she's like, oh, you went down Omaha, huh? You went down Omaha? Now who the hell snitching now? That's what I would be thinking. Who saw me? Why did they tell? But, for my city to be the way it is, my childhood was good.
Yeah.
And that's because of those people.
They stuck together.
They stuck together.
They stuck together.
My neighbor, he
They
snitched
had a system that
constantly.
worked.
Snitchy by nature. Rest in peace, Mr. Cooper.
I
Joe
wish there was
snitched
some way to
himself.
get that back, boy.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling
God.
you. These kids,
it's
the
serious.
children,
No
they
respect.
are so far from it. They don't
They
even
are.
know what they're missing.
They are
think
so
it's cute for
detached.
their parents to curse people out for chastising them or for saying anything to them. And I listen, and God bless my soul, because I have chastised I've only had one incident where someone was displeased with it and said so. But I'm like, hey, I move out of love, and I do it the way.
Sad to watch. It is. I mean, even within the families, within the siblings, our age.
Oh my God.
Within
with
going
my
to see other people kids out, and I know Tyler is notorious for this, telling people, look, I can't shop right when your children is at the store acting crazy and need their ass whooped. I can't.
Yeah, and that's what I was
We need
just
them
alluded. That's
children
what I
at
was
home.
just
Either you teach
talking
your
about.
children how to act better, or you beat them, or
You do something. You
Or
take
get 'em
action
out of
one
the
way or
store.
the other. It's up
I
to you.
think A, B, or C. Beat them, or leave them at home. I
Right,
mean,
Right.
because I want to have a good shopping experience,
Right.
but I can't have a good shopping experience because I want to whoop your kid.
Yeah,
Right.
and parents
For
don't
you.
stick together anymore.
no.
You're subject to end up fighting another parent over
Exactly.
something that their child did.
And no matter how you deliver, as you know, I'm great with the delivery.
It
No
doesn't
matter
even
how you
matter.
deliver, some people do not care.
They don't care.
want
They
you
don't
to
hear it.
say anything to the lady
Well,
that
you don't
had the
say
issue
nothing
with
to
me.
my kid.
When I had just become a new owner at my salon at the time, her son was a big boy. He was probably 12 or 13, but he looked like and he was outside in front. He was playing. He spun around, and somehow he kicked the plate glass window on the suite next to me, and it cracked the whole entire.
Oh
Thank
my
God
God.
it didn't fall. My only concern was, first of all, his mother needs to know that it happened. I'm not going to say anything. If they don't ask, I didn't see it. I don't know. It could have happened. It was out front. Don't know who it is. I'm a new owner. I wasn't going to blow the whistle on her unless someone said something. So I just, as a mother, wanted her to know, because you need to teach him how to control his body and his behavior. He's not doing well. He was here with a friend to get a haircut. He's misbehaving. Several barbers spoke to him throughout the day because he was very mouthy and out of control. In the middle of the night, the lady that was there with him, she was great. Don't worry about it. I'll make sure to let his mom know I'm really sorry. What do you think we need to do? I said, well, I'm going to wait for the complex to say something. I'll report that I saw it. If they don't ask me any direct questions, then I'm cool. If they ask me direct questions, I'm not going to lie for him, and I'm not going to lie for her, but I won't just go blow the whistle. But I want to make sure that she knows what happened. After midnight, that young lady finally got settled in her life and found out what happened, and she called me and woke me. Maybe 4 or 5 feet wide, and he could have gotten seriously hurt. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Well, I'm not paying for no MF window. I didn't ask you for
Wow.
anything.
See,
I wanted to make sure that
that's
you
it.
were aware of what happened. And she was like, well,
That's terrible.
so were you the one that had something to say to him? I said, actually, I never spoke to your son. I got the story from the other children, but a couple of other barbers had to speak to your son on more than one occasion, on one visit, about his behavior in his mouth.
Wow.
Well, I just wanted to make sure. So her concern was, what did I say to her,
To her
son? Did
son.
you chastise my son? Well, I should have, and I should have whooped him. He
And
should
she-
have got a spanking and put in a closet
And she
somewhere.
should have backed you up.
Right.
And she should have backed you up.
I
And
would've
that's
been
what's
like, you should've been
lost.
sitting down
That's
somewhere.
lost now, and
she
that's
should've
what
been
you don't
thanking me.
see. That's
And she
why
should've been
these
thanking
kids
me
are
because
lost.
I told her, I said, my concern is not you paying for the window. I already know you can't afford it because someone else is bringing your son to get his haircuts regularly. And she already explained to me that she brings him, that's a love thing that she's doing. So I don't care about that. They have insurance. They're going to fix the glasses. Okay. I was just more concerned as from one mother to another. And her whole disposition was just,
Yeah.
she wasn't going to deal with authority. So if she doesn't deal with authority, of course, he won't.
He won't.
And that's a man child. So consider the size man he's going to be when he becomes a man, and he has
And
no
he's
sense
going
of authority.
to, no, he's
respect.
going to become a product of the system.
Oh, absolutely.
He's going to be a
Oh, yeah, they
product
gotta
of the
adjust his
system.
name on it, believe it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because she's setting that foundation. There's no structure, and so he's already in line to
And then look
become
at
a
our
product.
Our communities, the neighborhoods that we were raised in. What happens to these kids? If
Yeah.
we look at our communities, we had our own problems, and there were definitely stats that would dictate which
You stupid effing this and M and that,
Oh, and I
and
love
when
this
you
one. You just
hear
like
it.
your GD daddy.
Yes,
Really?
not realizing what you're doing is you're instilling those type of values in your son,
And
and you're
imagine what they
teaching
think of
them how to
themselves.
treat a woman
And how
th-
to feel about themselves.
and
I'm
how to
nothing.
feel about
Self-esteem
themselves.
Yeah, I'm nothing. If that's the way
Yeah,
my own
so
mother
that's
would talk to
abuse
me.
of authority as a parent.
agree.
So
But
when
I
you talked about that,
Think
Kim,
about you didn't live with it. At school, it was now they just are getting them in and getting them out like cattle.
Yes.
And here's my thing. Here's where abuse of authority just really just punched me in the stomach when you brought up schools. I hate the mentality that we talked about children being seen and not heard. In schools, if a teacher believes that a student has done something wrong, then the student has done something wrong. I hate that. I hate that because a lot of children, your 33%, are being punished or put in situations when they actually were innocent, and
Good
because
point.
they're children, they don't get to defend themselves.
Good point. I so agree with that.
I've seen that so many times. I can't. They tried to suspend Jasmine when she was in high school. I don't remember 11th or 12th grade, and you know it was alleged that she said something disrespectful to her instructor. Alleged.
Yeah.
The instructor, first of all, didn't show up to the meeting to discuss it. They just were going to bring me in to tell me that Jasmine was getting ready to be suspended for 3 days. Well, the devil is such a liar because, first of all, you're not going to penalize my daughter and take her out of school when the lady didn't even have the decency to show up. And based on the evidence that I have, I don't believe that she did it. Based on it was a computer lab, a quiet class. So if she had said something, somebody would have heard it. It's a quiet classroom. The lady first said that Jasmine was facing her, so she saw her say it. And Jasmine said, "Mom, I can take you to the classroom and show you where I was and where she was." She couldn't have. Bottom line, though, the assistant principal brought me up to that school to tell me that he was about to suspend Jasmine because the teacher said that Jasmine used the B word towards her. First of all, I know my daughter. I will never, my mother taught me to never say what your children won't do because you don't know what they won't
That's
do.
right.
What
That's
But
right.
I do know my child well enough to know that she knows me well enough to know
Okay.
that that is not what you're
That's
going to
right.
do.
Yeah.
It's never been a problem
Yes.
before, and she knows that if that gets back to her mother, that's where the problem is going to be. She can get away with it at school, but if it gets home, it's going to be a problem.
Right.
So I was like, no, you're not going to tell me that that's what happened just because the lady alleged it, and then she's not here to defend the story. So that, to me, is an abuse of power in the school system when the
Absolutely.
children don't get to have a voice.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
And I
how
feel like
many
they
cases
should.
and how many situations does that happen in time and time and time again when you don't have the type of parents like you who's going to go up there and investigate this? Well,
Right.
let's just see. I'm not the type of parent to say no, my child did not,
Right.
but I
But I
am
need
the
some
type
more
of person,
information.
the type of
I am.
parent that's
I'm
going to
definitely gonna
inquire.
look
I want to know
into
the
it.
facts. Yes.
Right.
And I'm gonna look into my kids too.
I said I'm only going to ask
What
you
do you-
one time. I'm going to ask you one time what happened. But this is the one witness they had, you guys. And I have, if y'all know me, I have terrible memory. I will never forget this quote. This man sat there. Day
Oh,
that I take my last
wow.
one. Really?
Oh my.
I said, let me tell you what we're going to do.
My,
I don't
my,
appreciate
my.
that she did talk back. She admitted that she made a comment after the lady was trying to shut the situation down. So she was disrespectful in that fact. I said, what we're going to do is a Saturday school class, and I'll call you and let you know which Saturday I'm bringing her because I work on Saturday. You have a good day here. I'm not sending my baby home for no whole week or no 3 or 4 days
Because
over
if she
alleged.
said something, what she probably said
was that. What? Get out of here. Get
That's,
out of here.
that's your baby not respecting authority at school. We gonna have to
That's
talk
authority
about
not.
that.
That's authority not
Yeah.
respecting my baby in school.
Uh-uh.
Don't make me act
She
like
should-
one of those parents.
She
Baby.
shouldn't have said nothing.
Whatever she
shouldn't have.
said,
Whatever
she
she
shouldn't
said.
have.
She shouldn't have
Because
said
what
anything,
What
huh?
had happened was
Because my mama did.
Period. She wouldn't have been in the situation at
Right.
all.
That's
And
what
that's
my
why
mama
she got a
said.
Saturday.
And
That's where your
and
problem
that's
is because
what it is.
you should have shut your mouth up after the conversation.
should have what?
She should have shut her mouth up.
You should have shut it up.
Because now from the old school, the part my mother used to say, the part where I said the last word that I said, that was the end of this
last word. That was
conversation.
it.
Oh, right, right,
So
right.
she should have respected the last word. The adult gets the last word. And if you have a problem with that, you go home and you tell your parents and let them handle it.
Or not if you have.
Oh God, and it's so sad that you have to say or not.
Yes.
Yeah, because some parents aren't capable of handling things
So-
professionally and
Yes.
safely.
Sometimes everybody go to the dark side. Don't judge people.
Some people
Lord.
stay there though. That's the part. Some
Yeah.
people just live in
Oh,
the
They
Let's
live
go.
in the, oh my God,
On
that's
the dark side,
We're
no.
going to have prayer service on this commercial break and pray for these parents and these students. And we will be back momentarily. We hope that you are there to be with us once again. Too bad you can't be in studio, but look for the next opportunity to do so.
Genesis Preferred Solutions offers free training and seminars designed to promote success through the Word of God.
Put action to the plan that you have.
You are the best at what you do, so let's get started. Call Genesis Preferred Solutions now and ask about a tailor-fitted package for you. 800-718-2425. That's 800-718-2425. Church leaders, call today to schedule an exciting free seminar for your church or group. 800-718-2425. Go online to genesispreferred.com and do your own business by the book. You've thought about it, dreamed about it.
I got to get these toothbrushes. I made a promise. So we need toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap. Bring them to the master. It's going to be because we have red carpet.
Absolutely.
July 22nd.
Absolutely.
It's at the Dallas Palms Event Center. I have opened it up. It's free to the public. We just ask you guys to bring an essential item with you, right? And it goes to domestic violence shelter. I believe that every woman is in transition. So see, while we're transitioning from slightly obese to fine, Beyonce sexy, me, we want you to bring a essential item, and this is for 2 domestic violence shelters that we support with
Right.
Brown Women's Conference. Most of those women that leave domestic violence situation, they leave with the clothes on their backs.
Right.
And so those women need just what you need: toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner. Everything you use, they need. Personal items, you know what that means, ladies. They need all of that. So what we've done all year long is that we've collected these donations and we've given them all away 100%. We don't keep them, we give them away. Right now, I did a challenge back in January. I needed 15,000 toothbrushes. I have a daughter out of Nashville, Texas. I have 25 new daughters. I don't know if you
Wow.
know about it. Yes, Kiana. Hey,
You're
she's
fruitful,
in
huh?
Nashville. Girl, very fruitful. I got 25 girl all by
Awesome.
October, and all of them very
Awesome.
talented, and they're doing very, very well.
Awesome.
And so she sent me 500 toothbrushes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now I got to get these toothbrushes. I made a promise. So we need toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap. Bring them to the master. It's gonna be because we have red.
Today, I usually don't agree with everyone, but I do.
You don't?
No.
She doesn't always agree? Well, let's cheer it up.
Okay, so let's
Agreeing.
switch it up and talk about work.
Oh,
I worked at a beauty school as an instructor once, and the abuse of authority. Oh my God, I'm just unemployable, is what I've learned. I have to work. Period.
Anybody.
Oh my God.
Except for self.
Because when you're in that environment,
It
there's
takes
that
God.
authority.
It
You
takes
know,
God.
the organized authority that exists in the workplace
The
is
Lord.
so they need
the Lord.
The Lord.
they need the Lord.
And do take the Lord. I'm not saying
in
because
real
I
life.
have thought
Oh,
about
God.
things that ran through my head. And then I'll be
So-
like, God, help me.
Lord.
Lord.
And you
Lord.
know what? And so when I figured out what to do in these situations,
And
to
that's tough to
cope,
figure out. It's
it
tough to
is
figure out.
to cope with people that need to be smacked.
some
I
need to
went
be
through my therapist, and she gave me time off work. That's how that worked.
And that helps. But here's the
Able to
thing.
think about how to handle it when you go back.
But imagine
Yeah.
just those types of situations. Imagine the amount of
No, I'm
real,
serious.
it's real stress. It's real stress.
About 2-3 months, I would have to take off.
Yeah.
She'd be like,
It's
"You're
not
not
okay.
ready to go back." So how do you
Yes.
feel today? I feel like if I seen her
I was gonna
outside,
slap her.
It's
I would range her, and then I would put her in the
Wait,
headlock.
review, you would do what?
Range.
Uh,
Range her.
and
Don't
put
know
her in
that.
the
You
headlock.
know what
I
a
just
range
wanted
is.
to
We
make-
know
I wanted to
that,
make sure
we
the people
know.
heard what
I
she
bet
said.
she don't know what
okay.
range
We
is.
know. Look,
I
look. We know what that
I just
means.
want to make sure that they understood.
A range.
So here I am working
And
at this
beat her
school.
ass.
I'm
And
working
call
at
her
this
a wench,
school.
But
too.
a
And-
wench.
Okay, so my job level is not all that you need. But check this out.
I come from a long line of customers though. Ass
Right.
and shit will come out every now and then.
Right, but in a professional environment, it's best to keep those to the
It
most
is.
minimal.
So I say, shoot,
That's good.
Or-
That's good.
ashtray.
That's good. That's a
That
good sneak.
works.
So I am preaching this to all of my students. Cut that out, cut that out, cut that out. And then I work for a woman who is my boss, who is the devil in platinum hair.
Oh, wow.
Disrespectful. This kind of disrespect. This is why.
Look, you
Lord.
couldn't have had, you would have been on, look.
She would have had a case.
My
She
eyes.
would have been right there.
See, that's
You
when
know
you
what?
go to the dark
She
side.
could have been working.
I'm a
No.
thinker, so for me in that moment.
Did you have a therapist while you were there?
I
I
don't
did not
know.
need a therapist. I therapize. Is that a word that's in my dictionary?
No,
I therapize
therapize.
myself.
When you got it going on, you can make up your
Because-
own words
and
like
then-
Miss
right.
Porter.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
full dictionary.
Therapize
I
Therapize.
therapize myself. And what I did in that moment to keep from being disrespectful or saying anything, once the conversation got to this point, I just did like this. I'm still listening to what you're saying. You asked me out here to have a conversation, and you've made it clear that you really don't want to converse with me. You want to talk at me. I'm going to allow you to do that, and you only have a few minutes, but you're not going to put your hand in my face, and we're not going to go into an altercation situation. So I'm just going to turn right here, and I'm letting you know I'm still here. Go ahead, do your thing, because this is the only way to keep you safe. I'm trying to help you. But those types of situations, when I tell you one
So
of my...
what she do when you did that?
She told me that I was being insubordinate and that was my problem. And I said, no, that's not my problem. But if you want to continue saying whatever it is that you're saying, you go right ahead because you only have a few minutes left. One lady said in order to cope with this boss, she meditated every morning. To me, I'm all for meditation and I want to do more of it myself. But you should not have to do that to
survive.
tolerate a job or a boss or a coworker.
Right.
Yeah.
Another girl, I was sure she must have had some type of stomach ulcers or something because every time that boss that was mean called her name or said something, she's like, oh God, my stomach, oh my God.
wow.
She's going to be upset about this. She's going to be mad at us about that. We're going to get in trouble for this. I'm like, I'm an adult. I'm not going to be in trouble with anybody at this job. They're going to express to me that they're displeased if that's the case, and I'm going to find out what I can do to do better next time, and that's going to be the end of it. I'm not going to be in trouble. But she just was always tense and stressed. Then we had two older instructors.
Wow.
Literally senior citizens. These women were 60 plus.
Talk
Cried all the time because of this evil one. I'm like,
Talk
do you
about
see what you're doing to these
abuse of
people?
authority, huh?
Abuse of
Yeah.
authority.
Somebody should have abused her
And
face.
then they
And
be
the day that I
ones
quit, it was
always
because I was
have
going
their
for the face.
job.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I had to quit.
unfortunate.
And
'cause
I
people don't
regret
have-
it. See, I still did
And
hair,
she
I had a
handled it
husband-
very
husband, so
professionally.
to me, I was doing it because I wanted to do it. I did not need that check. And so to me, rather than to continue to, I think I worked there for about 8 months, and it was stressful and rough on me the entire time.
Wow.
And so to me, it got to the point where she would say and do things in front of my students, where my students would be like, Miss Porter, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, baby, I'm fine.
Wow.
Don't worry about it.
And
And so
I'm impressed with the way you handled it. It's because you wanted to converse with me and you
Right.
turned the back
Yeah,
on her. But I like how you handled that. Now, the
But to have to
situation
be
would
that
have been
creative-
different if it was.
and to have to even think to be
I'm
that
not
creative,
gonna lie,
though.
I'm not gonna fake
Right.
the funk, Denise.
You
That
would've-
heifer
Yeah,
would
you
have
would
been
have
on
smacked.
the-
You'd have
She'd
you
have got
would've
the
raised
hand.
her.
I would have raised her and been in jail.
I just feel like she's gonna be in whatever state I'm in, and if I ever get arrested, that's gonna
She's
be
gonna
my
be waiting for
cellmate,
you.
and I just can't. I can't. I'm cute. I'm not jail.
She's cute. She's cute.
And that
you
lady,
right.
as crazy as she was, she is not worth this being behind bars. I'm sorry. My freedom is way
I
more
get
important
it.
than that. I
But
can't.
the Lord has saved me a couple of times.
Oh, he saves us out every day.
Yeah, he do. He saved me from going to jail a few times, but that therapist has saved me a lot as well. And it's good. It's good that I have a better job and I'm in a better place.
In a better place.
Yes.
Thank God, because last job I had,
Won't do it.
I
See,
started a
won't do it.
union. We won. I got that heifer fired. She's gone. It was a pure setup, and I'm smarter than you. Shout out to you. Hey.
Well-
Don't come for me if I didn't send for you, boo.
Don't you twirl, because I can't stand that character, Lord Jesus. Well, I had to do what I had to do, and my concern at that time was not my income or that job, but my students was a big concern for me because I really, really,
You wanted
really
to be
wanted-
an impact. You
I
wanted
wanted to make an impact. I wanted
Yes.
to help breed a whole nother look in the hair community period. You know, depending on what neighborhood the salon is in,
They always
it's a real
late.
rough. The reputation can be so bad, but I do know that just like with the police officers, there are stylists who are awesome, impeccable taste, style, fashion, professionalism, and they execute on a daily basis. But then, you know, the rough ones always make it hard, you know, for the better ones. So with authority being what it is, I think the way to close this whole subject out is this is first of all going to take prayer. It's going to take people being aware of what's going on, and it's
Absolutely.
going to take open just like Jesse Williams, it's going to take more people saying it, and then people
Right.
embracing that and actually taking action and
Taking
standing up.
action.
That execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we don't
Execute it.
execute anything,
Then we have nothing.
Execute it properly, though. Let's
Right.
be
Properly.
clear,
Oh my
because
God,
it's
that's a whole
war
nother talk
out
show.
here. Okay,
Otherwise,
it's
it just
war,
continues to
and innocent
Right.
people
Which
are
is only a
dying,
temporary-
and nobody cares. Like he said, you know, they practice restraint. How is it that you are able to practice restraint?
sometimes,
Sometimes,
but not all the time.
not all the time.
Yeah.
Because that's a
And
choice. It's an
I
action.
did.
It's an
Let's
action.
be
And so
clear.
in our way of standing up in situations like that, guys, is us doing our part. And doing your part is trying to minimize the amount of rebellion. Don't give them any extra reasons. Go ahead and follow the steps as they are set up
Because it
so
is
that we can make it.
organized
Authority.
authority.
It is
And you
organized
have
authority.
got to start recognizing that.
We have to have an organized response to
Oh my
organized
God.
We
authority.
do.
How about that?
Oh, say that again.
Organized
exactly what I
response to
did.
organized authority.
That's exactly
Yes.
how I did it at that
Yes.
other job,
So
honey.
we
That's why
know.
we had one.
Yeah, because we know
Mhm.
what's coming. A lot of times we see it coming. We know what's getting ready to happen.
And you can avoid
so
it.
shut your mouth. Yeah, we can do things.
Right.
To,
There are
to
things
avoid
we
it.
can do that can help us. Well, listen, we have to wrap it up today. It has been amazing. As you can see, we need another hour for this one, or 3, because it is a huge topic. It's a huge
It
topic,
is.
and it's hard to wrap it up, but we must. It's been a pleasure having you guys here. And Denise, thank you so much for
Thank
sitting in.
you, ladies,
Cassandra,
for
we
having
missed
me.
You, but you sent a great replacement. You couldn't have sent a better person in your place.
Thank you, ladies.
We'll see you guys next time. And until then, visit us on Sisters Unedited Facebook, and we'll see you next week.